29 years, our first guest has been working alongside shock jock Howard Stern. She's been the voice of reason to the man who's known for doing some pretty wild things that we can't talk about here on daytime TV. But please welcome the one and the only Robin Quivers.
Come on.
And I guess, but she makes great clothes. Yes. Robin, you look wonderful.
Well, thank you. So do you.
Thank you, Robin. I'm glad that you're here. The last time I saw Robin, we were at Joan Rivers' house. Remember, I was telling you about the big cocktail party.
Yes.
And I know that Joan's been on you guys' radio show a lot of times, so I guess you're old friends with her.
Absolutely. We've known her since NBC days, you know, when we first got to New York. So, yeah, she's always been, you know, a big fan of the show, and she's always been supportive of us, and I've done all her shows. Yeah. And so I've been back and forth, and I've been to the house before. What'd you think?
Her house is amazing.
Isn't it?
Like, I was stunned.
Yeah.
Just a gorgeous, opulent New York City apartment.
Absolutely. You'd think you were in Paris when you walked through the door.
Yes, clearly.
Yeah.
So, Robin, you've been on Howard. You've been together with Howard for 29 years, and a lot of people like to think of you as about 29 years.
Yeah, I don't like to say that.
Well,
you have to keep saying that.
Well, you know,
it was 2 years.
You have been his consistent voice of reasoning, and I like that title for you. Do you think of yourself that way?
Yes, I basically do. I mean, it's a madhouse. I kind of consider, you know, I'm the Wendy of my domain.
Yeah.
They're the lost boys.
And you're the girl.
And I'm the girl who tries to keep it together and pretend to be mom and tell them when they're doing the stupid or wrong thing and go on.
But your laugh is, you know, your infectious laugh and your insight just, you know, has always kept me a big fan.
Oh, thank you.
So now I know that you guys have been talking about Larry King, but I want to hear what you think about Larry King and Sean King.
Well, first of all, you know, when you saw the two of them together, did you really think that was the picture, the right picture?
No.
You knew something was wrong. Now we know what was wrong. Like, what's wrong with this picture? Oh.
But they kept it together for what, 10 years?
Well, you know, we had her on the show sometime last year after the story broke.
Originally.
That she was having sex on his desk. Do you remember that? That was the original story.
Was it with Hector the
Yes.
I told you, guys.
Absolutely.
Or no,
absolutely.
I told you, Hot Topics team, I was telling you this is not a new story.
No.
I remember talking about this.
This broke about a year ago. And she was supposed to be having sex on Larry's desk. Forget the bed. So now she came on the show, and so Howard said, you know, this story's out there, and she's like, oh, he's a liar. And so Howard said, would you take a lie detector test? And she said, absolutely. And we scheduled a lie detector test, had a date, and guess who didn't show up?
Of course.
And we scheduled it twice.
Yeah.
And she didn't show up both times, and he called us, Hector. Called us and said she'll never show up.
Wow. Hector's got a big mouth, though.
Absolutely.
So now let's talk about Gabby, the Oscar winner.
Yes.
Did she win?
No, she didn't win. She was nominated.
But she might as well have won because she got a lot of attention. It was said on
who
Howard.
Did win? We don't even know.
But Precious was a big movie, and Gabby, Baba Booey. That's Howard and Robin's producer, Gary Delavati. But Gabby Sidibe, everybody, and Robin. You guys said on the show she wouldn't have a career because of her weight. So enjoy this Oscar success.
Well, we weren't saying it that way. We said that, you know, basically what it was everybody was acting as if this young lady is now a member of the Hollywood community, and we'll be showering her with parts, and everything's wonderful. And she was sitting to the side of the auditorium in a special seat because she couldn't even sit in one of the auditorium chairs. The young lady has a major problem with weight. An actor's body is a part of their instrument. You have to be able to fit yourself into a role. She happened to be perfect for Precious. But how many roles are there like that in Hollywood? That's the first thing. The second thing is everybody can see she has a major problem. And nobody wants to address it. Nobody will say, you know what, that was great that, it worked out for Precious, but now really you need to take control of your health and get something done.
And by the way, she's going to be hosting Saturday Night Live tomorrow, and she's part of a new series on Showtime coming up as well. Now let's talk about weight.
Yeah.
Because Robin,
I've been there.
Yeah, Robin has lost
about 65 pounds.
Over the past.
Thank you. I mean, I did it twice, first of all. I lost 65 pounds twice.
Did you get your arms tightened along with this?
No.
I've done nothing.
I've done nothing. This is all diet. This is all what I do. This is all lifestyle.
What was your turning point?
My turning point was 9/11. I was overweight. All of my joints hurt. I was in pain from head to toe. I was weak. I was tired. I had no balance. I couldn't walk. I was a real mess.
Yeah.
And the day that, the World Trade Centers came down and you're reading about, the next day how, some people got out of the building by walking down all those flights of stairs and all of that stuff. I thought to myself, I would have either died because I couldn't get out of the building or somebody would have had to try to carry me down.
Yeah.
And 65 pounds heavier, that wouldn't have been an easy task.
Gotcha.
And that's when I said, I have to do something about this. I can no longer live like this. I'm not enjoying my life, number one.
Well, you look terrific.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I know
Thank you.
that you're in your 50s. And you just look really wonderful. Are you having regular sex? Lisa Oz is here. And she's gonna talk
when I can get it.
Oh.
I don't have somebody right there.
Okay.
I'm dating, and so when it happens, it happens.
Little maintenance, man. Nothing wrong with that. Well, what about Jamie Foxx on Howard? I know.
What about Jamie Foxx?
Okay, enough said. Wow. Well, there's so much more that I could talk to you about. I really enjoyed you being here.
Well, thank you. It's fun to be here. I'm glad we finally got this done.
Exactly, and alone without the boys.
Yes.
Because I've been on the show before.
Yeah.
One more thing. What is it that you haven't done that you want to do?
Well, I'd certainly like to have my own show one day because I do have
radio
other
or
things
TV
to say. Either, in both. I love television. When I originally got into the business, I was planning to be on television.
Gotcha.
I sort of got waylaid into this whole radio thing, and I didn't realize how wonderful radio was, and I've enjoyed it for
wonderful.
the past
Right?
years. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm sure we'll be seeing you around, and you can catch Howard Stern's show along with Robin on Sirius Radio Monday through Thursdays. We're going to take a break, and coming up next, Dr. Oz's wife, Lisa Oz, joins us about the importance of relationships. You don't want to miss it.